Hello everyone. So in this session, we are going to talk about IIM Bangalore UG Aptitude Test, and we are going to discuss some questions of official mock test. And let's start. So we are going to cover two sections in this session. One is LRDI, second is QA, and let's start with section 2, that is LRDI. Now this says that in this question, a question is followed by two statements numbered 1 and 2. You have to decide whether the data provided in the statements is sufficient to answer the question. Okay. So first of all, we need to figure out in data sufficiency question. Generally, it's not needed to get the actual answer. You need to know whether you can get a definite answer or not. So now, among 5 boxes PQ, RS, T, each having a different weight, which of the one is the heaviest. Now I need to find out which is the heaviest weight. Okay. Now first statement says R is heavier than Q. Okay, so I'm going to check every statement individually, because if you are going to look at the options, statement 1 alone is sufficient. So basically, without using the information that is given in statement 2, I need to check statement 1 individually. Same goes for statement 2. I'm going to check the statement 2 without using the information that is given in statement 1. And if I am unable to find out the answer by using statement 1 alone, by statement 2 alone, then I'm going to use the information given in both the statements and then solve it and see whether I can get the answer. If still I am unable to get the answer, then my answer is going to be option D. Okay. Now this says that R is heavier than Q. Okay, so R is heavier than Q, but lighter than T. Okay, P is heavier than only one box. Okay, so I can make a random arrangement. S is the heaviest, P is second heaviest. Because P is lighter than only one box, then I can have T, and then I can have R, then I can have Q. That is one of the possible arrangements. Second possible arrangements, I can see that it is R, it is Q, it is S, because there is no information given about this. There might be multiple other arrangements as well, but I don't care about them, because in the two statements, I am getting S is the heaviest, T is the heaviest. So can I determine exactly which alone is sufficient? No. So answer of the so first alone is not sufficient. Now let's move to next one. P is heavier than both Q and T, so Q and T, but lighter than S. So P is lighter than S. T is heavier than R. T is heavier than R. Okay. So basically, in this case, which is the heaviest one? That is S. We are getting only one arrangement. So now R can be heavier than Q. R can be lighter than Q. I don't care about it, because the question is talking about simply which of the following is the heaviest. The question is not talking about the make the complete arrangement. So with the help of second statement, can I get the answer? Yes. So second alone is sufficient, but first alone is not. So answer of this question is going to be option B. Okay. Now let's move on to the next one. Next question is again the similar one, data sufficiency. Among 6 people, I, J, K, L, M, N are sitting in a row facing north. Okay. So I'm just going to draw a line, and we are going to have 6 possible places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it is going to be 6. This is going to be left hand, left. This is going to be right. J sits put to the left of L. So L is here. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is J. Can I draw another arrangement? Yes, why not? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. This is L, and it is going to be J. There are 2 possible arrangements only. Now K and M are immediate neighbors of I. So I am getting K, I, N, or I can say N, I, K. Now I don't care about where N, I, and K are sitting. So I'm just going to write it at N, I, K. You can also take as K, I, N. Eventually it won't make a difference, because I need the person at this position. Okay. Now again in this, I got J. Okay. So I got K, I, N, or N, I, K. M sits at the left place of the N. So if N is sitting here or N is sitting here, we have only one place vacant in the left hand side, that is N. If N is sitting here or N is sitting here, we have no place empty for N. So second arrangement is rejected. It means with the help of first statement only, I can figure out who is sitting at the extreme left end. So answer of this question is going to be option 1. Now let's look at the second statement as well. N sits fourth to the right of M. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. N sits fourth to the right of M. So M is here. 1, 2, 3, 4. N is going to be here. Okay. There might be another arrangement. Excuse me. M is here. N is here. So I got two possible arrangements. Now K sits third to the left of L. Okay. Now if L is here, then K is here. Not possible. So L has to be here. And 1, 2, 3. This should be K. Okay. I sits immediate left of N. So I is here. Now in this case, I is going to be here. L should be here. And K should be here. Okay. Now in the remaining place, I can place J. Now who's sitting on the extreme left end? That is M as well as K. So am I getting a definite answer? No. So with the help of second statement, I'm not getting a definite answer. I'm going to get two possibilities. So answer of this question is going to be option 2. That is statement 1 alone is sufficient, but statement 2 alone isn't. Now let's move on to the next one. Now this is a question of alphabet, and we need to figure out that how to solve these type of questions. So basically, always remember, wherever you see any question of alphabet, your job is to convert alphabets into corresponding numbers. Means A has to be 1, B has to be 2, C has to be 3, and so on. And after 26, always remember this, that you start having next arrangement, that is 26th, 27th, 28th letter. 27th letter is going to be A, 28th letter is going to be B, 29th letter is going to be C, and so on. So I'm going to solve this question by taking all the corresponding alphabets. So G is what? E, F, G is going to be what? G7. C is what? 3. J is what? 10. And A is what? 1. Okay. X is 24. T is what? 20. A is what? 1. Then it is going to be what? R is going to be, sorry, 18. Okay. Okay. Now, what is the difference I can see here? That is 4. Okay. Decrement of 4. Again, decrement of 4. Okay. Then increment of 7. So if I increase 7 to 8, I am going to get 27. 27 alphabet, which is going to be, that is going to be A. That is 1. Okay. So again, increment is 7. Now, what is the decrement over here? That is 9. So 27 minus 9, is it 18? Yes. So am I getting exactly correct arrangement? Yes. So in both of them, follow the same rule. Okay. R is again going to be 18. N is going to be what? 14. So basically, I'm going to say plus 7. I'm going to say plus 7 minus 9. It is going to be minus 4 minus 4. Okay. 18, 14. Then U is what? 21. So I'm going to say the difference is decrement of 4, then increment of 7. Yes. Then from here, I'm going to get 9. Sorry, L is 12. So decrement is going to be 9. Okay. So it also follows the same pattern. So it means my answer is going to be option D. But still, let's check. So S is going to be what? 19. O is what? 15. So do I have the difference of minus 4? Yes. Now V is going to be what? That is going to be 22. Is it going to be plus 7? Yes. Now what I am going to get? B. B is what? 2. If I do minus 9 over here, so I should get 13, but I'm not getting 13. It means this is the odd one out, and we are not getting the similar type of arrangement. So is this difference should have been minus 9, but it is minus 20. So I'm not getting the answer from here. So answer is directly option B. Now let's look at this one. Now the simple question again, it is talking about which of the following is wrong, and we got this arrangement 444 alphabets. So what is the approach? We are going to take the same thing. W, I'm going to take the first one. Uh, mm, W is 23. U is what? 21. A is what? 1. C is going to be what? 3. Okay. Now I got A is 1. Y is going to be what? 25. E is going to be what? 5. Then it is going to be what? G is going to be what? 7. Okay. I can say decrement of -2. Okay. So decrement of -2. So I am, instead of considering A as 1, I am going to consider this as 27. 27 minus 2. Okay. 2 before it. Okay. Now 21, if I add 6 to it, I am going to get 27. That is first letter. So 25 plus 6 is going to be what? 31. 31 means fifth letter. That is also fine. Okay. Now from 1 to 3, I am going to say it is going to be -2. Sorry, +2. Again 5 to 7, I am going to say +2. So first two are fine. Okay. Now ECIK, E is 5. Okay. C is 3. The difference is -2, same thing. I is what? 9. The difference is +6. Again, it's fine. K is what? K is going to be 11. So 9 plus 2, 11. Again, the same routine that's follow. So basically, this, all three of them are in the same arrangement. So basically, this is something that cannot be the answer. So answer is going to be either this or this or this. Either of the three is going to be odd one out. So I is what? 9. G is what? 7. Decrement of 2. Yes. N is going to be what? N is 14. Here I am getting increment of 6, but what is the increment I am getting here? That is going to be 7. So basically this is something that is going to be odd. This is something that I am getting different, and after N I am going to get O. O is 15. So here I am getting increment of 1, and here I am getting increment of 2. So which one is going to be odd one out? That is IGNO. That is option D. Okay. If we can also check the remaining two options if we want, but generally it's not needed. But let's try. So M is 13, K is 11, Q is 17, and S is 19. So decrement of 2, okay, increment of 6, increment of 2. Fine. So we are getting the same arrangement in this. So this is a wrong option because I'm looking for odd one out. Q is 17. O is what? 15. Decrement of 2. U is what? 21. And W is what? 23. Again, decrement of 2, increment of 6, and increment of 2. So whenever you are going to write the alphabets in the corresponding order, so you are going to write corresponding numbers as compared to alphabets. So you are going to see the patterns very clearly, very visibly. So in that case, finding the answers become very easy. Now let's move on to the next one. Which one does it say? So G, B, and J. Okay, so G is 7. B is 2, N is 14, and J is 10. Okay. Then B is 2, W is what? 23. So there is a decrement of 5, and 27 minus uh, minus 5, and 27 minus 5 should be 22, and it is -4. So either of two should be on one out. So anyhow, let's see. S is what? 20. Sorry, S is what? 19. N is going to be what? 14. Am I getting a decrement of 5? Yes. W is what? 23. R is going to be what? -5. So am I getting something that is odd one out? Yes, that is going to be option B. I don't even need to check the other alphabets. That's it. So this is how we can solve the question. And to solve the questions, just check the arrangement. So I saw that this and this are different. So I didn't check the rest of the numbers. I checked the first two alphabets of every pattern. And this is how I got the answer very quickly. Instead of calculating everything here, that is going to be simply wastage of time. So don't do it. Now let's move on to the next one. So it says Venn diagram, it is given. Now these kind of questions are going to be easiest one. You can easily solve these kind of questions. Now the Venn diagram is given, data is given. Now what does it ask? It says how many teachers are there who are drivers but not coordinators. So I am looking for teachers. That is this. Drivers means this intersection. And we don't want carpenters. Carpenters means we don't want these people. So teachers and drivers are going to be what? 41, and that's going to be option C. Now let's start this question. So basically, what does it say? So again, we got the similar type of questions. That is, it says HADLEIPINTMSXQYBUC. Okay. So I am going to write H as 8, A as 1, D as 4. Okay. L is 12, E is 5, I is 9. Okay. P is what? 16. I is what? 9. N is going to be what? 14. Okay. Then T is going to be what? 20. M is going to be what? 13. And S is going to be what? 90. Okay. So if I'm going to see the pattern, the numbers are increasing by 4, increasing by 4, increasing by 5. So this is clearly visible to us. Now, do we have to worry about anything? Once you write the numbers, everything becomes very clear to you. Now, the next one, X is going to be what? That is going to be 24. But do I have the difference of 4? Yes. Q becomes what? 17. Do we have a difference of 4? Yes. Y becomes 25. Do we have a difference of 5? No, it's a difference of 6. So which is going to be odd one out? That is going to be this. Now again, but write B is 2. So after 24, fourth letter is going to be 28th letter. That is actually going to be 2. U is going to be what? 21. And C is going to be what? 3. So basically from here I am getting 4 plus 4. But instead of that, it should be your X, so that you get 24 and plus 4, 28. Sorry, 20. It is going to be 29. It is going to be. So 24 plus 5 is going to be 29. So which is going to be odd one out? That is going to be XQY. Okay. Now let's move on to the next question. So what does it say? A, B, C, D, L, M, and O live on 8 different floors in the same building. Okay. So I got 8 floors. So I'm going to say 8, then I'm going to say 7, then I'm going to say 6, then 5, then 4, then 3, then 2, then 1. Okay. Now question says which of the following is not true. Okay. So what is the approach that we will be taking? That is the first one. Okay. L lives on the 4th floor. L is on the 4th floor. The sum of floors of L and C is more than 10. Okay, so I can say L plus C is greater than 10. So basically, if L is 4, so C should be greater than 7, right? Greater or equal than 7. So C can be either on 7th floor or 8th floor. Okay, this is what I know. Okay, sum of the floors of D and O is 8. Okay, so I can say D plus O is 8. Okay, O does not live on odd numbered floor, so I cannot go with 1 plus 7. I can go with 2 plus 6. 3 plus 5 will not also not do. Okay. So there is only one possible arrangement, that is 2 plus 6. So D can be 2, D can be 6, O can be 2, O can be 6. Any of the arrangement is possible. Okay. M live on odd live on an odd numbered floor. Okay. So M is odd. So M can be either 1, or M can be 3, or M can be 5, or M can be 7. Okay. The sum of floor numbers of M and D is more than 12. So I can say that M plus D is more than 12. Okay. What is the best case scenario for M? M is 7. So if I do 7, 7 plus 2 will not do. So 7 plus 6. It means D has to be in the 6th floor. So I got D. and O has to be on the second floor. Okay. This is what we are getting. Now, the next one, it means if I say M is 5, so 5 plus 6 is no. So M cannot be 5, N cannot be 3, N cannot be 1. So M has only one possible arrangement, that is this. Now I'm going to read the first option. Only 4 people live between M and O. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. So this statement is right, but we are looking for not true, so false. Now, C cannot live on the 7th floor, so C has to live on the 8th floor. C lives at the topmost floor, that is also true. So I am going to cancel this out. Okay. A lives on a floor immediate above L. Okay. B lives on floor number 5. So either of the two has to be false. Okay. There are more than 3 people living between M and N. So M is here, 1, 2, 3. So N can be either this or N can be this. Okay, so N can have a possibility of either 1 or 3. Oh, sorry. More than 3 people means at least 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So it means N has to be here only. And this is what I'm getting, because it is not saying at least 3 people, it is saying more than 3 people. More than 3 people means at least 4 people are living between M and N. So 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 4 people. So it means M cannot be on 3rd floor, M has to be on the 1st floor. The sum of floors of N and A is more than 5. So if N is 1, then A cannot be 3, so A has to be 5. So at this floor, I'm going to get B. Now, B lives on floor 5, that is false or not true. So I'm going to get my answer as option D. Now, let's see this question. There are 10 people who are sitting in 2 parallel rows, such that in row 1, there are 5 people. So I'm going to draw 2 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So this is row 1. This is row 2. Okay. C sits third to the left of E. Okay. Now, in this case, if I am going to say, so in this case, this is going to be my right and this is going to be my left. When people are looking in the north. When people are looking in the south, it is going to be opposite. This is going to be left and this is going to be right. Okay. C sits third to the left of E. Okay. So if E is here, 1, 2, 3, C can be here. So I'm going to write C sits third to the left of E. So this is C. Now, it can be any arrangement. Okay. An immediate neighbor of C faces T. Okay. C sits right of B. Okay. So it means C cannot sit at the corner. So B is here. C is here. E is here. Okay. Now, an immediate neighbor of C faces T. So immediate neighbor can be either this or this. So T can be either here or here. Okay. R sits third to the person of person facing B, third to the left, facing B. So this person is facing B and R is sitting third to the left. 1, 2, 3. So that is going to be R. So this is what I am getting. I got the position of R. Okay. Only one person sits between R and P. So basically R is here, so P cannot be here, so P has to be here. And this is what we got. Okay. There is only one person sitting between R and P. A faces the immediate neighbors of Q. Okay, now where is Q? Q can be this, Q can be this, Q can be, Q cannot be this because immediate neighbors of Q. So, okay, and Q does not sit at the extreme ends. So basically Q is going to be here. Now this line says A faces an immediate neighbor of Q. So immediate neighbor of Q is P, and who's facing P? That is C. So it means this cannot be A. So where I'm going to place A, that is going to be here. So A is facing immediate neighbor of Q. So who's left out? That is D. Okay. Now immediate neighbor of C faces T. So basically B is here. So T can be here only. Okay. and S does not sit at any position to the right of T. So it means S has to be here, S is sitting on the left. Okay. So this is, anyhow, this statement was useless to me. I still got the arrangement without this statement only. Now, which of the following is true? P sits, so I'm directly going to read the options that are easy. Uh, E faces Q, that is false. Okay. The one of the immediate neighbor of P faces A. One of the immediate neighbors of P faces A. That is also false. Okay. Only one person sits between E and B. No, that is also false. P sits second to the right of person. P sits second to the right of person facing A. So facing A, second to the right. Okay, yes, that is true. So which of the following is true? That is going to be option A. Okay. Now let's move on to this one. Now this is a question of what? Blood relation. It says S is the mother of Z. So S is the mother of Z. So S is here, Z is here. Now in the questions of blood relation, always remember that genders are very important. It says S is a female because S is a mother, but I don't know the gender of Z. Okay. Z is the sister of Q. Okay, Z is the sister of Q, means Z is female and it is a sister of Q. Okay. R is the sister of Q. Okay, I got one more sister, that is R, and again it is female. Okay. R is the daughter of Y. R is the daughter of Y. Now Z is the daughter of S. Q and Q is sister of Z. It means Q is also daughter of S. R is also daughter of S. It means, and it also says that R is the daughter of Y. It means Y should be father of all three and Y should be male. A is the father of Y. So I'm going to go to A. Now A is going to be in the generation of grandparent. Okay. S is the daughter-in-law of M. Okay. A is the father. So A has to be male. S is the daughter-in-law of M. So I'm going to say that M is going to be mother-in-law. So that has to be female. M has only one child. That should be Y. And only one grandson. That should be Q. Because this is granddaughter. This is also granddaughter. So which is going to be grandson? That is going to be Q. Y has only three children. 1, 2, 3. Okay. How is Q related to A? How is Q related to A? So Q is going to be grandson and that's going to be our answer. That is going to be option D. So this is how we can get the answer. So whatever is written. So always remember when you are solving a question of blood relation, always keep on writing the genders because genders always help you figure out the relation. Otherwise, you are going to get confused between grandson, brother, sister, or granddaughter. So if you are going to see option A, that is granddaughter. So you understand that it is going to be grand relation. It may be grandfather, grandmother, grandson, granddaughter. So until unless you actually figure out the gender, you cannot know that it is grandson or granddaughter. Now let's start this one. So it says Roshni starts from Chennai and drives 10 kilometers towards east. So Roshni starts from Chennai. So Roshni starts from Chennai and so it looks left right type question. So basically I'm just going to draw the diagram. She starts from Chennai and drive towards east. So Roshni is going 10 kilometers. So I'm going to say Roshni is going 10 kilometers towards east. Then she takes right turn. So whenever you get the question of direction, always remember right and left are very important. If you are going like this is going to be your right and this is going to be your left. Now she takes a right turn, means she turns like this and she goes 15 kilometers. Okay. Then she's going like this, then she turns right again and drives 13. Okay. So 13 means 10 kilometers here, 3 kilometers here. So this is 3. Okay. Then she takes a right turn. Okay. So again she takes a right turn and she drives 19 kilometers. So 19 kilometers, this is 15. So this is going to be 15 plus 4. So that is going to be 4. Okay. Then she takes a final right turn. Okay. And drives 6 kilometers. So 6 means this is 3 because this is 3. So this is 3. And this is going to be 3. So 6 kilometers. Now, what is the shortest distance between point Z and Chennai? So basically, if I'm going to see this length is 3, this length is 4. So by the help of Pythagoras theorem, I can directly say that direct distance is going to be 5. That is going to be option B. So this is how I'm going to approach this particular question. Whenever you are going to see the questions of directions, your job is to draw the diagram, and once you draw the diagram, the getting the answers become extremely easy. Okay. Now let's start this one. Each of P, Q, R, S, T, U, V have exam on different day. Okay, starting from Monday and ending at Sunday. So I got Monday, then I got Tuesday, then I got Wednesday, then I got Thursday, then I got Friday, then I got Saturday, then I got Sunday. So this is what I am getting. Okay, so we are talking about 7 days in a week. Okay, only 4 people have exam between T and V. So T, 1, 2, 3, 4, and V. So basically, I can have one arrangement, and it can be vice versa as well. We can have exam before T. V has the exam on one of the days before T. Okay. So basically, V is definitely going to be ahead start of T. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if I'm going to place it, so V, there are going to be 2 possibilities. V is here, 1, 2, 3, 4, then T. And V is going to be here, T is going to be here. So there are only 2 possibilities we are talking about. So we can be having its exam on either Monday or Tuesday. Okay. R does not have exam on Friday. So on Friday, I cannot have R. Okay. More than 2 people have exam between V and R. Okay. More than 2 people means at least 3. Okay. Now I am going to say V, 1, 2, 3, then R. Okay. So if V is here, 1, 2, 3, then R. That's not possible. Okay. Then R is going to be here, but that's also not possible. So R should be here. So if V is here, then R must be here. If V is here, 1, 2, 3, R must be here. Okay. So this, in the 2 different arrangements, I'm getting 2 possible values. Okay. Now S has an exam immediately before you. Okay. Immediately after P. So I'm going to get P, S, and U. 3 consecutive alphabets where any of the 3 places. And more than one person has exam between Q and S. So between Q and S, now I don't know where S is. So Q and S is going to be more than one person. So basically I can say Q, S, Q, P, S, U. Okay, now that doesn't look a feasible arrangement because there is going to be only one person between P and S, Q and S. If I place Q over here, again I'm going to have exactly one. Okay, so I need more places. So what arrangement I'm going to give? That is going to be P, S, U, and I'm going to say it is Q. Now, more than one person are going to have exam between Q and S. But in this case, if I'm going to say, if I say Q, P, S, U. Now, this doesn't work. P, S, U, and Q. That also doesn't work. So basically, my only possible arrangement is going to be Q, B, P, S, U, R, and T. Okay. Now, I can say that S has exam on Thursday. Okay. While P and U have their exam on Wednesday and Friday. So I'm going to get my answer as going to be option D. Now, basically, between P and U, there is going to be difference of 2 days. Okay. Now it is Thursday and Friday, 2 consecutive days. So this is rejected. Sunday and Tuesday, no, because we are talking about Monday to Sunday. So basically, Tuesday after Sunday is not possible, so that is also rejected. Monday, Tuesday, 2 consecutive days not possible. So only possible arrangement or only possible option that is left out with us is going to be option D. So even if we do not make the complete arrangement, if we read this line, That S has an exam before, immediately before you. S has before you and immediate after P, and there is going to be difference of 2 days. So basically, with the help of this statement only, I can eliminate three options and get the answer. Okay. Now let's look at this one. Study the given diagram carefully and answer the question. Okay. Number of how many pilots are also engineers? So we are looking for pilots and engineers. So pilots are this one and engineers are this one. So pilots and engineers both. But the question is saying not dancers, and it is something like that is not mentioned. So what is the total number of pilots and engineers? That is going to be option D. That is 63. Okay. Now, this is a question of course of action. Now, in this question, a statement is followed by two courses of action, one and two. Okay. You must assume everything in the statement to be true, and okay, so whatever it is. So, a statement says that shipping company X operating for the past 8 years with four departments: import, export, finance, and marketing, has reported its highest ever employee attrition rate in last 3 months. So basically, it is saying that there's something wrong with the company, that people started leaving the company. Attrition means employees start leaving the company, and highest ever attrition rate means a lot of people are leaving the company. So it means there should be some issues, right? So basically, what is the course of action? That is, you need to talk to people. You need to understand what are the issues and then work alongside it, right? So your job is to figure out how you can stop the attrition, and that's the course of action we are talking about. Okay. Now, the company should appoint a qualified human resource, okay, professional to manage the employee relation and retention. Obviously, this is the first step that company should take, right? So the first one is definitely true. The company should hire part-time employees to fill the position of employee who have left. Now, the problem with this statement, this is something that company should do. The people who have left, they must be replaced. But this is something that is not solving the attrition problem. And the your original statement is talking about attrition, and this statement anyhow not resolving that issue or not even talking about that issue. So it means second will not follow. The answer is going to be only one follows, but second does not. And with this, we have concluded LR section. Now we are going to move towards QA. So now let's start the first question. It says A, B, and C are three sets. Okay. A minus B minus C is not equal to. Okay. So if I'm saying A, B, and C. So this is A, this is B, this is C. A, from A, I am removing B. From A, I am also removing C. So what I'm talking about only A. Now, A minus C minus B, eventually it's the same thing, and it is saying not equal to. So this is equal to, so reject it. A minus B intersection C. So B intersection C is this much. Sorry, is this much. So from A, if I remove this part, it's still this part and this part is left out. So it means this is definitely not equal to this. So answer of this question is directly going to be option B. Now, let A into B denote a Cartesian plane of sets A and B. The cardinality of A intersection B is 10. The cardinality of intersection A into B, intersection B into A. Okay. Now, always remember that cardinality of A intersection B is always equal to cardinality of uh, uh, B intersection A. That is always true. Okay. Now A into B, intersection B into A. So that can also be written as A intersection B. So basically, if you don't know, kindly write it as a formula. So that is also equal to into uh, B intersection A. Now, what is the cardinality of A intersection B? That is 10. What is the cardinality of B intersection A? That is 10. So what is the total answer? That's going to be option A. That is going to be 100. Okay. Now let's start this question. An article costing 80 rupees. Okay. It was marked 25% above the cost price. The cost is 80. I'm going to say 25% is what? One fourth. So it is marked 20 rupees above the cost price. So initial cost was 80. Now it has become 100. After offering a discount of X percent, customer now pays 81 rupees. Okay, fair point. So basically, customer selling price is 81. So how much discount is being offered? That is 19 rupees, and that is equal to X. So directly it is saying that X percent discount, and that is equal to 19 rupees. So X is going to be 19 rupees. Okay. If the mark price is increased twice successively by X percent, uh, if the mark price is increased twice successively by X percent, okay. So initially mark price was 100. You are increasing it by what? 19%. So it is going to be what? 19, 119. Then again you are increasing it by 19%. So you are going to get what? 38. It is going to be 61, and 38 plus 3, 41. Okay. And this is what you are going to get. Okay. And now article is being sold at the new mark price. So basically this is also the selling price. Okay. Now the profit would have been what percent more than when it was 80? What was the profit I am getting over here? What is the profit I am getting over here? That is 141.61 minus 80. That is 61.61. Now question is saying 61.61 is what percent more than 1? So 61.61 minus 1 divide by 1 into 100. So that comes out to be 60.61 into 100, and that is going to be 6061%, and that's going to be option A. This is pretty simple. Okay, let's start this one. A can complete a piece of work in 120 hours. Okay. Now the problem with this question is that it looks very there is too much information that is given in this question, but can we solve it easily? Now let's try. So A can finish the job in 120 hours. Now B can finish the job in 180 hours. C can finish the job in 216 hours. Okay, so if I take the common multiple of 120, 180, and 260, so I'm going to assume that total work is going to be 1080. The efficiency of A becomes 9, efficiency of B becomes 6, efficiency of C becomes 5. Okay, this is what we are getting. Okay. In every cycle of 3 days, only A works on day 1, B works on day 2, C works on day 3. So A, B, and C, 1, 2, 3. So they are going to do how much work? That is going to be 15, 20. In the first 3, they are doing 20. Okay. In the nth cycle, each A, B, C work for n hours. Okay. So in the first cycle, A is going to work for 1 hour, B is going to work for 1 hour, C is going to work for 1 hour, and they are going to do 20. They are going to do 20 units. In the second cycle, they are going to do what? 2 to 2 hours. So they are going to do 20, 40. In the next cycle, they are going to work 3 hours. So they are going to work 60. In the next cycle, they are going to work 4 hours. That is going to be 80. And this is how it is going. So I'm going to take 20 common. I'm going to go 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 and so on. And this should be smaller than or equal to 1080. Okay. So I am going to divide this and I am going to get what? This is, I'm going to get 54. Okay. So this is what I'm getting, and this sum should be equal to 54. So I'm going to get 1 plus 2 plus 3. So the summation of n numbers is going to be n into n plus 1 divided by 2. I'm just going to go for hit and trial, and that is that I'm going to say that if I put n equal to 10, So 10 into 11 by 2, that is going to be 55, that is larger. So if I'm going to put 9, so 9 into 10 divided by 2, so I am going till ninth cycle, and that is going to be 40. Okay. So what is the work done? That is going to be 20, 1 plus 2 plus 3, up to 9. So that is going to be 20 into 45, and that is going to be 900 units is done after 9 cycles. Now the 10th cycle is running. And how much work is remaining? That is 1080. Sorry, 180, because out of 1080, 900 we have already completed. Remaining is 180. Okay. Now it is a cycle of 10 hours. Okay. Now A is going to work for 10 hours, and A is going to do how much? 90. So out of 190, we are going to, so basically 9 cycles are done. So how many days are completed? 9 into 3, that is 27 days are already done. Now A is working for 28th day. So in one day, A is going to do 90. Now next day for 10 hours, B is going to work. So B is going to work for 60. Okay. So this much work is done. Okay. So 150 is done. Remaining work is what? 30. Okay. Now B was supposed to work 50 hours, but instead of 50, C is supposed to do only 30. So how much time C is going to take? That is going to be 30 upon 50, or I would say 0.6. So 27 days are done in the 9 cycles, plus 1 plus 1 plus 0.6. So the answer is going to be 29.6. That is going to be option D. Now, is it lengthy question? Yes. Is it a tricky question? So whenever you approach these kind of questions should be answered or solved very carefully. Now, let's start this one. The value of an item depreciates X% per year. Okay. The present value of the item is 1,0,9,3,5,0. Okay. And depreciation means 1 minus X by 100 power 3. And that is going to be 79716.15. This is simple depreciation. Okay. Now what I am going to do, I am going to say that 1 minus X divided by 100 power 3, and that is equal to 79716.15 divided by 109,350. Now, when you are going to solve this, you are going to get 0.729, and that is actually equal to 0.9 cube. So 0.9 cube can be said as, and how you are going to solve this very quickly, use calculator that is given in the exam. So you can write it as 1 minus 10 by 100 power 3. And from here, you can directly get that X is equal to 10. Okay. So I'm going to say that the value of X is going to be 10. Now questions is saying 2 years ago, what is its value? So let's say 2 years ago, the value was what? P. It is depreciating by 10%. So I'm going to say 1 minus 10 by 100, or I would say 0.9 whole square. And that is equal to what? 109,350. Okay. Now P is equal to 109,350. I'm going to write it as point, instead of 0.9, I'm going to write 9 into 9 by 10. So into 10 into 10. Okay. I'm going to cancel this out. 9, 12, 1, 3, 1, 1, 5 is going to be 1. Then it is going to be what? This is 1, then it is going to be 2, then 113, 1, 4, 5, it is going to be 5, then it is going to be 0. Now, can I again cancel out? Yes, it is going to be 1, 3, 5, 0. So directly I am going to get my answer as 135,000. So that is directly going to give me the answer as option A. Okay. Now let's start next question. Now this is a question that says what is the how to solve the inequality, and it is mod. So I think everyone knows what is a mod function, right? So mod, what does mod do? Mod makes every value positive, and it is 3 times 2x minus 1. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put x equal to 0. So if x is 0, then I'm going to get 5. It is 0 minus 1 is going to be what? Minus 1, mod of minus 1 is going to be 1 and less than equal to 3. No, that's not true. So 0 is not a possible value. Okay. Now it says x is greater than minus 5 and x is less than 2. So x is greater than minus 1 by 5 and less than equal to 2. Now it means 0 lies in this range, right? So it means this option is gone as well as this option is also gone. So I have eliminated two options. Now I have two options left. Now it says 2 and 1 by 5, 2 and 3. So I am going to check at x equal to 3. If it works fine at x equal to 2, then my answer is going to be option D. If at x equal to 2 it is not true, then I'm going to mark option C. So I'm going to put x equal to 2. So 2 into 2 is 4. 4 plus 5 is 9. So I'm going to get mod of 9 is 9, less than equal to 3 times. 2 into 2 is 4. 4 minus 1 is 3. 3 into 3 is 9. So I am going to get 9 is less than equal to 9. So it is true at x equal to 2. So answer of this question is going to be option D. That's it. So this is how I'm going to solve this question. I'm not going to solve the inequalities. I'm simply going to use the elimination approach by using the values that are given in the options. Now, a 10-digit number is selected at random from the set of all possible 10-digit numbers. So what is the probability that the sum of 10-digit numbers selected is odd is nearest to? Okay. So basically, if I'm going to say there are going to be four cases. Generally, we talk about four cases. We have even plus even, that is even. When we talk about even plus odd, that's odd. When we talk about odd plus even, that is odd. And when we talk about odd plus odd, that is even, right? So there are going to be only four cases. Even in the cases of digit, you talk about 2 digits, 3 digits, 4 digits, doesn't make a difference. So there are going to be four cases, and out of four cases, what is the probability that some will be even? That is going to be your that is going to be 1 by 2, and that is always close to 1 by 2. So it is always going to be option C, that is going to be 0.5. So do not worry about this. This is generally the case in everything until unless there is a condition attached to it. But in this question, it is not a conditional question, so you can directly mark. Now, the integer n for which limit x tends to 0. Now, this is, I think, anyone who has done the expansion of sin x and tan x in the classes in 12th. This question is going to be easy. Otherwise, if you don't know the expansion, then it is going to be a lot trickier. So I'm going to solve this one. So sin x is x minus x cubed by 3 factorial plus x power 5 by 5 factorial and so on minus x divide by multiplied by x plus x cubed by 3 plus 2 by 15 x power 5 and so on. And this is, it says that it is divided by x power n. Now this is cancels out. Now in the first part, I can take x power 3 common. So I'm going to get minus 1 upon 3 factorial plus x square upon 5 factorial and so on. And from the second part, I can take x common and I'm going to get 1 plus x square by 3 plus 2 upon 15 x power 4 and so on. So now x power 3, x power 4. So if I take x power 4 outside and I have divided by x power n. So if n is equal to 4, this gets cancels out and the value that you are going to get is going to be finite number. If you put all these numbers as 0, then your answer is going to be minus 1 upon 3 into 1. That is going to be 1 upon 6. That is going to be finite non-zero number if you take n equal to 4, because in the numerator you are getting x power 4. So in the denominator you also need x power 4 to cancel that out. So for which value of n, that is definitely going to be option 4. So answer of this question is going to be A. Now this question is talking about the slope of the tangent is of this curve is maximum at which value. Okay. So what is the slope? Slope is, it says y is equal to x square minus 4. So what is the slope? That is dy by dx. Oh, it's not 4, it's 4 cos x. Okay. So I can say that is going to be 2x plus 4 sin x. Okay. Now I want to, this is the slope we are talking about. So that is equal to n. Now I want to maximize the slope. So I need to differentiate this. So dm by dx, and that is going to be what? 2 plus 4 cos x. Okay. So from here I am going to say, now if I want to maximize slope, so it means I need to differentiate slope and I need to put it equal to 0. So I am going to get 4 cos x, and that is equal to minus 2. So cos x is going to be what? Minus 1 by 2. Okay. So cos x is minus 1 by 2. So I can say that is equal to cos of 2 pi by 3. So the answer of this question is going to be option C. That is 2 pi by 3. Okay. Now this one, we have bag of tokens. Okay. Each token has a level m chosen from the square of first n natural numbers. Square of first n natural numbers. Okay. So I am going to write down the numbers. 1 square is 1. 2 square is 4. 3 square is 9. 4 square is 16. Okay. And so on. So m is chosen from all these, and frequency is root n. So frequency of 1 is 1, frequency of 4 is 2, that is root n. Frequency of this is 3, frequency of this is 4. Okay. So what is the meaning of frequency? 1 is coming once, 4 is coming 2 times, 9 is coming 3 times, 999. 16 is coming 4 times, 16, 16, 16, and 16, and so on. Okay. Now question is saying, what is the arithmetic mean of the labels? So if I take n equal to 1 only, then I'm going to get this. I have only one number and my average is also going to be 1. So I'm going to put n equal to 1. So 1, and it is going to be what? 1 into 1 plus 1, that is 2. 2 by 2 whole square is 1 square, that is 1. I'm getting 1. Okay. Put 1 into 1 into 2. Again I'm going to get 1. Okay, so if I put n equal to 1, that is 3 by 3. Again I'm going to get 1. And if I put n equal to 1, that is going to be what? Now it is going to be a lot trickier. It is going to be 1 only. Okay, so if I put n equal to 1, I'm getting 1 and all the options satisfied. Okay, so now I'm going to put n equal to 2. So I'm going to get 1 plus 4 plus 4, that is 9, and number of terms are 3. So average comes out to be 3. So at n equal to 2, value should be 3. So I'm going to put n equal to 2. So 2 into 3 upon, so n equal to 2. So 3 upon 2 whole square. So that is 3 by 2 into 3 by 2. I'm not even getting an integer. So first option is rejected. I'm going to take, I'm going to put it in this option first. So n is 2. So 2 into 3 divided by 2. That gives us 3. Okay. So this is fine till now. 2 into 2 is 4. 4 plus 1, 5. This is also rejected. Now I got this option. So n is 2 into 2 into 3 into 2 into 3, because it is a square, divided by 2. Now it is going to be what? This is definitely greater than that. So this is also rejected. So I can directly say that my answer of this question is going to be option D. So We are talking about average. Average is what? Simple, put n equal to 2 and check the average, that is 3. And here you are, you can get the answer. You don't have to worry much about it. That is directly giving you the answer. Okay. Now, let's move on to the next one. What does it says? If I put n equal to 2, so that is going to be 2 into 3 by 2, 3. Okay, let's move on. The shopkeeper marks the price of an item 50% above the cost. Shopkeeper marks the price 50% above the cost. During a festival season, he offers a sequence of discounts. First 20% discount, then additional 10% on the reduced price. Then finally, he gives, okay. So I am saying that his initial price is 100x. He marks up to 50%. So now his price is 150x. Okay. Then he gives a 20% discount. So 20% of 150 is going to be 30x. Okay. So price becomes 120x. Then he gives 10% discount, that is 12x. The price becomes 108x. And if someone is buying 10 articles, then he gives 30 rupees additional discount. Okay. And she is still making a profit of 5% on selling 10 items. So what is the cost price of 10 articles? That is going to be 1000x. Now profit is how much? Profit is going to be 5%. So what is going to be selling price of 10 articles? That is 1050x. Okay. That is equal to mark price of 10 articles, or I would say selling price of 10 articles is 1080x minus 30, because additional 30 rupees discount is given. So from here I can say 30x is equal to 30. So x is equal to 1. So what is the cost price of one article? That is 100x, or I would say 100 rupees. Okay. Now this one, PQR enter into a partnership. Okay. P contributes 1/5 of the whole capital. Okay. While Q contributes twice as much as P and R together. Okay. So if P and R are contributing X amount, then Q is contributing to X amount. The total profit at the end of the year was this. Then what is the difference between Q share and P and Q share? Okay. So basically, if total 3x amount is invested, out of that, 2x is invested by Q and x is invested by P and R. Okay. So what is the profit share of Q? That is going to be 2/3 of total profit. And what is the profit of P and Q? That is going to be 1/3 of total profit. Right. So what is the difference between the total profit? That is going to be 1/3 of total profit. And what is the total profit? That is going to be 1 by 3 into 5, 5, 5, 5, 4, 0. 3, this is going to be 1, then 2, 5, 8, 1, 5, 5, then 1, then 8, and 0. So 185, 180. So answer of this question is going to be option B. Okay. Now this is something that is given to us. This is a table, and it is a question of data interpretation, and you need to read the data, and on this basis you have to solve 4 questions. Now it says in a school S1, S2, S3, S4, number of students are given 120, 90, 150, 125, and the percentage of boys is given in every school. Okay. And so basically I have already drawn the table. Now out of 120, we have 40% of the boys in class 9. So 40% means 48. So girls are going to be 72. Okay. Out of 90, we have 30% of the boys, means 27 and 63. Okay. Out of 150, there are 60% of the boys. So 60% is going to be what? 90 and 60. Out of 125, 80% is going to be what? 100. And it is going to be 80%, you can say 4/5. And this is going to be 25. That is 1/5. Okay. Out of 150, 30% is going to be what? That is going to be 45 and 105. Okay. Out of 100, 55 and 45. Okay. Out of 120, 50% means 60, 60. Out of 100, 45, so I can say 45 and 55. Out of 140, 20%, that is going to be 28 and 112. Out of 120, 40 means 48 and 72. Then it is going to be 65 and 35. Then it is going to be 72 and 48. It is going to be 35 and 65. Again, it is going to be 45 and 55. Then 80, 80, 64 and 16. And 150, 40, 60 and 90. So basically, this is the table that I'm filling. And how I'm filling girls data, because if 40% are boys, then remaining 60% are going to be girls. If 30% are boys, then remaining 70% of the people are going to be girls. And this is how I filled up the table. Now, first question. Now it says the number of girls in class 9th in S3, number of boys in class 11 in S3, class 11 in S3, number of girls in class 11 in S3 is 35. Okay. Is what percent of boys in class 9 in S2? Okay. So 35 is what percent in S2? Okay. So this is what it says, 35 upon 45 into 100. And this is what we need to figure out. So that is going to be 35 divided by 45 into 100. And I am going to say this is going to be 7, this is going to be 9. So 7 by 9 is going to be 77.77, or I would say 77.78%. That's going to be option B. Pretty straightforward question. The number of girls in class 12, the number of girls in the school, okay, number of girls in which school is more than combined number of girls in which schools? Okay. In class 12. Okay. So I can say the number of girls in class S4, in class 12, in S4 is combinedly more than S1 or S2, or S1 or S3. So S that is also greater than S1 plus S3, but it is not greater than S2 and S3. So S4 is greater than S1 and S2. So answer of this question is directly going to be option B. S2 and S3 is 48 and 55, not possible. For all schools, the correct arrangement of classes in ascending order of number of boys, for all schools, correct arrangement of classes in ascending number of boys. Okay. Okay, so we are talking about, okay, so we'll come to this. So on arranging schools on the descending number of total girls is, okay. Okay, so I need to sum of the boys in what? In classes. Okay, so I'm going to calculate. The question is talking about, just let me go through it again. Correct classes in the ascending number of boys. Okay, so if I talk about class 9, so it is going to be what? 48, 45, 93. 93 plus 28 is going to be 121. 121 plus 35 is going to be 156. Okay. Here it is going to be what? 82. 82 and 48 is going to be 130, 130, 175. Here it is going to be 150, 150 plus 120 is 170, 179. Okay. 150 plus, okay, 279. Okay. And the next one, it is going to be 100, 145, 277. So if I'm looking for ascending order, that's going to be class 9, then class 10, then class 12, then class 11. So in class 11, we have highest number of boys. In class 9, we have lowest number of boys. So it is going to be 9, 10, 12, and 11. So 9, 10, 12, and 11, and that's going to be option B. That is, just need to add up all the numbers and get the answer. Now, on arranging schools in descending order of total number of girls in all classes. Okay. Arranging schools, the descending order of total number of girls. So we are looking for total number of girls in all the classes. So now I need to add up girls, but I need to add up for all the schools. Okay. So now I am going to add number of girls. Okay. So in the first one, we got 72, 63 is going to be 125. 125 plus 25 is going to be 150. 150 plus 60 is going to be 210. Okay. All the girls. I'm adding this, 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 and this. 105 plus 45 is 150. 210, 265. Okay. 112, 72. 72 plus 48 is going to be 120. 120 plus this is 155. 155, 265, 267. Okay. Then I got 65, 55, 120, 120, 210, and 226. Now, what this question is talking about? The total number of girls in the descending order. Okay. So the least are in S1. Okay. So least are in S1, and highest are in S3. So S3, S2, S4, and S1. S3 is largest. S3, S2, S3, S2, S4, and S1. That is going to be option A. So simply just calculate the values, calculate the numbers, and you can easily get the answers. Okay. Now the perimeter of regular hexagon and regular octagon are equal. So if perimeters are same, then we know the concept is, if perimeter is same, and we are talking about only regular shapes, if perimeter is same or constant, then more number of sides will give you more area. More number of sides will give you more area. So basically, but remember this, and you are going to get highest area in circle. Okay, but uh, it is not like that, that if you increase the sides, area is going to increase a lot. No, that's not going to happen. Area is going to increase a very little bit, maybe 4%, 5%, 8%, 10%, not more than that. So basically, the area of hexagon is going to be definitely, octagon is definitely going to be greater than hexagon, but it is going to be not 1.5 times, not 1.4 times. It is going to be 1.1 times, 1.2 times, and this not even 1.2 times, less than that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the same concept in solving the question. So I got root 6 is what? I would say 2.4, 2.45, 2.4 plus 1.7 divided by 4. So this value is greater than 1. So little greater than 1. Okay. This might be that. Now this is going to be what? Root 6 is 2.4 plus 1.7. So this is going to be 4.1-ish, 4.2-ish or something like this, divided by 3. So this is going to be 1.4 times. So this is definitely false. Root 6 is 2.4 plus 1.4. So that is going to be 3.8. That is close to double. So not even possible. Root 6 is what? 2.4 plus 1.4. This value is less than 1. So not possible. So answer of this question is directly going to be option A. Now let's look at this one. In a geometric progression, the first term is A. The common ratio R is less than 1. Okay. And the sum to infinity is S. Okay. If the second term of its geometric progression is equal to the negative sum out to infinity. Okay. If the second term of this geometric okay, and the sum to infinity is S. Okay. Now question is talking about what is the value of greatest India function of R. Now basically this option is, these two options are rejected because it is directly saying R is less than 1. If the if the geometric progression, if the second term of this geometric progression is equal to negative of the sum to infinity. Okay. So second term is what? AR. What is the sum? That is A plus AR square and so on. So what is the sum of this series? That is A upon 1 minus R. Now it says that is sum to infinity. Now question is saying the second term is equal to negative of sum to infinity. Okay. So I got this cancels out. So I can say R is equal to minus 1 upon 1 minus R. So I am going to get what? A cancels out. So I am going to get what? 1 minus R square. Sorry, R minus R square is equal to minus 1. So I am going to get R square minus R plus 1, and that's equal to 0. Okay. And this is what I am getting. Now question is saying what is the value of this R? Okay. Okay. Now what I can do in this, the second term of this geometric progression. So second term is definitely going to be AR. Okay. So I'm going to solve this. So R is going to be what? Uh, minus B plus minus root of B square, that is 1 minus 4 into 1 C divided by 2A. Okay, now am I getting something wrong over here? So what is the mistake that we are making? Just so did I make a mistake somewhere? So this is the mistake I've made. So if I'm going to take it to this side, I'm going to get R square minus R minus 1. So this is the mistake I've made somewhere. So it is going to be plus. So I'm going to get 1 plus minus root 5 divided by 2. Okay. So one of the roots is going to be 1 plus root 5 divided by 2. Another root is going to be 1 minus root 5 divided by 2. Now this is 2.2ish around. So this overall value becomes more than 1, and that's contradicts the original condition. So this is rejected. So basically the only possible value is going to be this. So 1 minus this is going to be close to 2.2 divide by 2. So that minus 1.2. So basically it is going to be minus 0.6. Now what is the greatest integer function of R? That is going to be minus 0.6, and that value is going to be minus 1, and that's going to be option A. Now let's see this question. It says fx is equal to mod of x minus 2 and gx is equal to this. Find the this. Okay. So basically I can say that gx, if I'm going to talk about root 3 cos x plus sin x, it is a function that we know that it lies between minus 2 to 2. Okay. Now if I am going to say minus 1, okay, so I'm going to get minus 1 over here, minus 1 over here. So I'm going to get root 3 cos x plus sin x minus 1 always lies between minus 3 to 1. Okay. Now, if now next one is saying that divide by 2. Okay. Divide by 2. So what is it? It is actually uh, this is nothing actually. So basically now question is saying that so basically it can have a value from minus 1.5 to zero point 0.5. Okay. Now if I'm going to take mod of this, if I'm going to take mod of this, the mod of this, and that I can say root cos x plus sin x minus 1 divided by 2 is going to be now it is mod, so it is going to be greater or equal than 0 and less than 1.5. Okay. Now what is this? This I can say that is equal to f of g of x, and that is equal to this function. Okay, this is what we are talking about. Now the question is saying greatest integer function of this. So greatest integer function of this can be 0. Okay, it can also be 1. So answer of this question is going to be 0 or 1. Now because it is a mod, so I can directly eliminate that d cannot be the answer, because mod can never be negative. So d is straightforward rejected. Now this question says which of the following relations are equivalent. So now I have to check for other ones. So x minus y is 10. Okay, x minus 3y is 10. X minus y is 0. So I can say that x is equal to y. X equal to y is always equivalence function. This is this is something that we all of us know. So answer of this question is directly going to be option C. Nothing much to think of. Now, Yasin was traveling from city A to city B. He traveled the first 1/5 of the distance at 10. Next 3/20th, the distance is 15. And remaining distance he traveled one part at 20 and rest of the distance is 12. What is the average speed of the whole trip was 16. What part of the entire trip did Yasin cover at 20 kilometers per hour? Okay. Now I am going to say that total distance traveled is I don't know how much. Okay. And average speed was 16. Okay. Now 1/5 of the distance. So what I'm going to do, I am going to assume a distance that is multiple of 16 as well as multiple of 5 or something. So I am going to take the distance as 160. I'm going to assume the distance as 160. Okay. Now he is traveling 1/5. 1/5 of 160 is going to be 32 kilometers. So 32 kilometers he is traveling at a speed of 10. Okay. 10 kmph. Okay. And next 3/20th. So 3/20th is going to be what? 1/20th is going to be 8. 3/20th is going to be 24. So next 24 kilometers he is traveling with a speed of 15. Okay. Of the remaining distance. So remaining distance is how much? This is going to be 56. So remaining distance is going to be how much? It is going to be 104 kilometers. Okay. Some he is traveling with a speed of 20, remaining he is traveling with a speed of 12. Now the question is saying what part of the entire journey he has traveled with a speed of 20. Okay. Now what I can say that average speed is 16, total distance I have assumed as 160, so total time taken is 10 hours. Okay. For 32 kilometers with a speed of 10, he's going for 3.2 hours. Okay. Remaining is going to be at 24 kilometers with a speed of 15 is going to be 1.6 hours. Okay. So we got 4.2 hours, 4.8 hours. So remaining 5.2 hours, he's covering the remaining journey. Okay. So in 5.2 hours, he's traveling some distance with a speed of 12. So he is, let's say he's traveling with a speed of, he's covering, I'm dividing this into two parts. T hours with a speed of 20 and 5.2 minus T hours with a speed of 12. Okay. So I can say 20T minus 5.2 minus t. Sorry, this is plus. So speed into time will give you distance. Speed into time will give you distance, and that is equal to 100. So I am going to get 20t plus how much? That is going to be 1260 62.4 minus 12t, and that is going to be 104. So from here I am going to get 80. 80 is going to be 41 point 41.6. Okay, and that is going to be 5.2 hours. This is going to be 5.2 hours only. Okay. Okay. So it means he is covering this entire journey with a speed of 60, with a speed of 20. And he is not traveling any distance with a speed of 12. And this is what it says, because I'm getting the value of t as 5.2 hours. Right. So what part of the journey? So 104 kilometers out of 160. So that is going to be, I can cancel out by 4, or I would say I can cancel out by 8. So this is going to be 13 and this is going to be 20. So answer of this question is going to be 13 by 20. Okay. Now, 3 decorative lights are hung equidistantly on an edge of circular swimming pool of radius 15. So I got radius 15, and 3 lights are hung. I got this. This is something it is going to look like. Circular swimming pool, 3 lights are here, 1 light is here, 1 light is here, 1 light is here. And the radius of this is 15. So I know that this distance is 15. This distance is 15, and all 3 of them are equidistant. It means it is going to be equilateral triangle. So basically it is going to be 30. Okay. This is also going to be 30. It is going to be 60. It is going to be 90. So opposite to 90, now what question is talking about? What is the perpendicular distance of the wire connecting 2 lights from the center? So basically from center, and this perpendicular distance we are talking about. Okay. And this is something we should all know, that opposite to 90 you have 2x, opposite to 60 you have root 3x, this is 60, you have root 3x, and opposite to 30 you have x. So it means opposite to 90 you have 15. So opposite to 30 you are going to have 7.5. So the distance between that is going to be 7.5, and that's going to be option D. And with this we conclude this session. Thank you.